So today is Saturday, the 13th of April, and last weekend, Tania and I were both at the Great South Florida Drone Meetup. Tania, tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, you know what? It was my first time attending the South Florida Drone Meetup, and is this year 4 of it?
This is my third. Yeah,
Third
it's
year?
the fourth
Yeah.
annual. I
Yep.
didn't go to the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an amazing event for any drone enthusiast. It's a great way to connect face to face with the people you interact with online, but also to learn and exchange information, and most importantly, to fly drones in a beautiful location. I mean, you can't beat Jensen Beach and the area Jupiter, which is south.
Jupiter, Florida.
Jupiter,
Yep.
Florida, which is south of Jensen Beach, and and it's just a beautiful, a little bit historic area. There's a little bit of old Florida there, but with my experience, I flew in on Friday and flew out on Monday, and the event really starts on Friday evening with like a welcome sort of get together at this amazing bar slash
Billiard club.
billiard club.
Called
Yes.
Sticks.
Called Sticks, yeah.
Our friend Bill Ronayne is the manager there.
Oh, he's great. And there's this amazing bowling alley attached to it, and you go through like a secret hallway to get there. Amazing. So it was really fun. It's a kind of relaxed way to kind of introduce yourself to all the drone flyers that are there and play some pool, get some great fun pictures. And that's where I bumped into Terry and Steve from the International
Drone Seekers International. Yeah. DSI right here.
Right, and we got on like a house on fire. I love them. Oh,
Yeah.
they were so, and the Canadian contingent, oh, we had so much fun.
Lauren and Lonnie.
Yeah, it was great. And Lauren,
Yeah.
more to tell about Lauren. And it just was so much fun. So you had this kind of welcome mixer get together, and then the next day on Saturday was the official meetup, which was at Jensen Beach Causeway.
Jensen. I
was
always
it Jensen
get,
Beach Causeway?
It's Jensen Beach Causeway Park, and it's
Okay.
a mouthful.
Yeah, Jensen Beach Causeway Park. And it's just this great place where they have little, picnic tables and like
Picnic shelters.
Yeah. And Ray reserved a couple for us to use, so you could put your stuff down. And
We got kicked out of one.
well, we did get kicked
Yeah.
out. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
There's always drama, always drama. But it was like this is where we all got together and we flew our drones. And the causeway is beautiful because there's boats docked there. There's this beautiful causeway going over the water, and you can fly under it. Hey.
Yeah.
And you can fly. You just fly over the boats or chase the boats, and get some really good cinematic video that way. And also hang out fly with some of the people that you've maybe admire.
Yeah.
In the drone community, or they're legends. They're there, and everyone's kind of approachable. Everyone's very relaxed.
Yeah, we'll name drop in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about
Oh,
all
yeah.
the folks that we
Yeah,
talked to.
it was great. So it was really great to have that opportunity in this beautiful place to go flying your drone. But most importantly, what did I learn that day?
You want to save that for later, or do you want to talk about it right now?
Well, we'll save it for later because it's fun.
Yeah.
So Saturday, that was a real fun day. And then we all went out to dinner afterwards.
We did.
It was a pretty long day. We did, I think, overstay our time at the benches because there was a birthday party coming in, but it's no big deal. Move your stuff and relocate. And that is when I flew under a bridge.
Yeah.
So really exciting stuff that was going on. And this really was kind of like, I was kind of stepping out of my comfort zone. I really did on this trip.
There's no
many
question.
different ways.
There's no question. You had a lot of tutors, though.
Yeah, which is great. I had a lot of support. And if you come down to this meeting, you're going to get that if you're new. And this is a great newbie meetup.
It absolutely is.
I would strongly urge anyone who's really new getting into drones, and you're getting into YouTube and you're discovering like Johnny Drone Flyer, Marcus Crawford, and Billy Kyle, all the rest. Come down to Florida.
Absolutely.
Come meet Captain Ray.
But you ended up having to go home on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a pretty short visit for Tania, but a fun
one. Yeah, because
feature-packed.
Well,
we went 100 miles an hour the whole
we did.
time we were there.
You know what? There's really, there is so much there to cover. Like you from sunrise to sunset, there's so many activities, so many opportunities to fly your drone and to eat good food or get surprised with some food. On Sunday, we did some more flying. We went to Dolman Beach.
Right.
Bucket list.
Dolman Beach Park. You know, Ron and I actually found that and kind of got the
That was
group going
you,
there.
yeah.
A couple years ago, and we took the whole group back there, and it's kind of become part of the South Florida Drone Meetup because it's just
yeah.
a good spot to fly, big area, etc.
Oh, and yeah, and it was bucket list for me because I got to fly over the crashing waves and take those downward photographs that I like to take. I mean,
Yeah.
it's if you're into drone photography, it's a dream to be here, and I can go into all that. And then on Monday, so that was Sunday, and then that was
you had to
also
get up early the next day, didn't you?
I did.
I know what you're going to talk about. We'll talk about that in a second about Flagler Park.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
But
anyway,
yeah, so it was good.
Yeah. So my visit started a little bit earlier. I got in there on Monday, April Fool's Day, and stayed. I flew into Orlando, drove to the next day, Tuesday, drove to Jupiter, Florida, where I met my friend Mike Wright, who was already at the hotel. We were at the Best Western, right on the Intracoastal Waterway. That same day, Ron Brown showed up, and my friends Steve Gardner and Terry Hawes from the Drone Seekers International came all the way from the UK and Spain, respectively. So they had a long day of travel. But anyway, we got together, and I think we went out to dinner that night, and we did some flying right there at the Best Western. And what's interesting about that is it's right on the Intracoastal Waterway, and there's a big walkway behind it that goes to what they call there's a big yacht club there and a big yacht sales outfit, and this place called the Dive Bar that's it sounds bad, but it's a really ritzy upscale. It was more than I can afford, I can tell you that. But anyway, we did some drone flying there that day, and you probably have already seen some pictures of that. And then the next day, we went out to Carlin Park in Jupiter, and then the day after that, Thursday, we went out to, Thursday, excuse me, let me back up a little bit. That Wednesday, we went out to Dubois Park. However, it was too windy to fly, so we didn't fly. However, the next day we flew at Carlin Park, which would have been Thursday. Myself, Steve, and Terry, we went down to Stewart, and Ron and Mike Wright stayed back in Jupiter, picked up Bob Dempsey at the airport, old farts in a drone, and then they the next day they came to Stewart. Well, everybody wanted to fly. What you missed, the part you missed, Tanya. Everybody wanted to fly Dubois Park again because the Jupiter Beach Lighthouse is right there. It's right at the Jupiter Inlet.
It's part of my lessons learned.
Off of the Atlantic Ocean. So the next day, we all drove back down to Jupiter. A ton of us flew at the Jupiter Lighthouse, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of video and pictures from there already, but
Not jealous at all.
Yeah, Tanya did miss that part of it. However, the next day on Friday, then that's when you were meeting everybody and
being social.
Yeah, being social, right? That Friday evening social that Tanya already alluded to at the Sticks Billiards Club. And so that was a lot of fun. So I think we can start name dropping a little bit now.
Okay. All right.
So of course, my friends at the Drone Seekers, right? Steve Gardner and Terry Hawes were there. And then, of course, my very good friend, Ron Brown, Mike Wright, and Johnny Alfonso. Sometimes he's known as Johnny Drone Flyer. Sometimes he's known as Johnny Drone Buyer. So you may know him by any of those names.
My.
So essentially, I know I'm going to forget people, but Gary Foster was there with his wife. Jim Beauchart was there with his son. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Oh, we ran into Original Dobo, Ken Dono.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You told me. Yes.
Yeah.
We ran into that gentleman.
And we ran into Mr. Billy Kyle.
Yes, we did.
And he was there with his bodyguard, Lon Dennard.
Yeah.
Who am I forgetting? I mean, there were so many people there. I know we're going to forget names.
We don't mean to forget names. There really was so many people there.
Well, of course, Ray Kelly. I forgot about Ray Kelly.
Oh my God, Captain Ray.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have some.
And Bill Ronayne, who's the manager.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bill was the one who kind of took me around.
It showed you the
bowling alley, and that's really cool. Like next time, next year when we go.
You want to go bowling?
I'm booking the VIP, so it's just be a bunch of us in the VIP.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Because of course it's bowling in a bar. How can you not have fun with that?
And then I'm trying to remember. Did we went to dinner that night? I can't.
Did we?
I think we went after.
Yes, we did. We went to Chili's. We
did. Yeah, that's right. We went to Chili's.
Yeah, that was a really good meal at Chili's. And the waitress was so very.
She was fun, wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just you and me and Ron.
Yeah.
Just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
Yeah. And then, of course, the next day is the day of the meetup. But I think you should talk about what we did on our way to the meetup.
What did we do on our way onto the meetup?
Starts with a W.
Oh my God! Oh well, see, this is the thing.
You got to remember, she's a Philadelphia girl. So.
I'm originally from Philadelphia, and I relocated to this beautiful state of Idaho in Boise in 2019, which I absolutely adore and love. So, going back to the East Coast, really, it started in West Palm for me because I picked up my rental car there, and to get to Stewart, I drove I-95 north. And it was like, it's been years since I drove on I-95, and it's getting all sentimental for about 15 minutes till I remembered how much I hated driving on
traffic
on I-95. But coming into Stewart, driving by, I did notice the Wawa, and I'm like, we have to go to Wawa. It's an East Coast thing. It's iconic, and I really miss it.
Yeah. So. You know, I can, in Idaho terms, for anybody that lives out here, we have the Maverick chain. Well, anybody in kind of the northwest, central north knows what a Maverick is. But think of a Maverick on steroids. They got a full deli. They got, it's just a great place. But Ron Brown and I have a tradition every year at the South Florida Drone Meetup. We stop at Wawa on our way to the Jensen Beach Parkway Park. And we grab a sandwich, so that way you have some food while you're there. Now the folks, Ray Kelly and the crew, they brought pizza in, and you can have pizza, but we decided we wanted sandwiches, and we just like Wawa. So.
Oh, I mean that is totally bedrock now. If I'm back in Jensen Beach, there will be a Wawa stop.
On the way.
We must do that. Yeah. The pizza, I believe, was sponsored by Pilot Institute.
I think they used Pilot Institute. I think they purchased our pizza for us. Thank you, Greg.
Greg, that was great. And I just want you to know I am a graduate from Pilot Institute. That's where I got my Part 107.
Well, don't tell anybody, but I used Remote Pilot 101. But that's before I knew who Greg and who Pilot Institute was. So
he was an incredible instructor. I learned so much.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So Saturday, we, stopped at Wawa, then we got to Jensen Beach, and we found our little spot, and I took a look around, and it was just like, the water, I miss the water, and seeing the causeway, and just kind of meeting everybody in this really relaxed atmosphere.
A gajillion people there. Bill the drone reviewer. I'm just trying to remember who all, I know
I have photos of everybody, so you will see them. I'm uploading my photos right now to my Flickr, and I will send you guys a link to that album.
Captain Ray had 147 people sign up, and there were a lot of people there. I'm just going to say that. So, but Alcee Sharoni, he was there.
Oh yeah.
As we remember names, we'll call them out.
They'll come out because it's just it was overwhelming with just so many people, and everyone was friendly. Everyone wanted to talk. So this is when you got to bring out your people skills. And just go with it. It was so much fun. And and this is also an opportunity if you're starting up your YouTube channel or you're trying to get get noticed. And like in this community, this is a great place to bring like your business card, make a business card. If people would bring stickers, that's a really good thing.
Lots of sticker trading going on.
Yeah,
Tons.
and that leads me into why.
Did you meet Brad Alston? I almost forgot.
Yes, I did meet Brad.
Brad made our name tags.
Yeah.
To go in the lanyard.
Right. It's also, we're drone flyers. We're also really a creative bunch. And there was someone who was giving out, and I don't have it to show because I think this is family friendly. He made a 3D little miniature sculpture. Did you get
Oh,
one?
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're going to leave that alone.
Yes, we will. But again, I was really surprised. There was a lot of people who were into 3D modeling.
3D printing,
which is great.
Right.
And my people were here. I ran into at least 4 other people that had a Canon R5 like me.
Ah, very good.
I'm with my people.
But that day of the meetup is primarily about
flying drones.
Well, yeah, flying drones, but mostly
social.
just social. Yeah,
it's
the fellowship
more
of
of a
meeting
social
people.
Thing. Yeah.
So at the meetup in the Captain Ray had a musical guest come in, and then Jeff Norman did a video editing presentation. But then the highlight for a lot of people is the drawings. Everybody kind of donates some things. I donated a drone and a smartphone gimbal and a drop system and everybody donated some stuff. And so everybody they do a drawing. I won a new landing pad, so I got a new landing pad.
Yeah, I didn't know you won that. Oh, okay.
A couple other things. I'm trying to even remember what all I won. But in any case, did your number get drawn?
Actually, I did. I won a drone microphone.
Speaker system.
Speaker system. No, it's like a microphone speaker system. You attach it to your drone and you use it for crowd control, so you can stay here. PA system and yell at people a mile away. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have plans for that. People, stay tuned. I have plans.
Yeah.
I won also like a mouse pad, which I desperately needed, so that was pretty cool, and a gimbal cover for the Mini 4 Pro.
Let's talk about this little white drone here.
I didn't win this, however. Captain Ray, does this look familiar?
This is Captain Ray's Femi Mini that actually Scott France won in the drawing.
Yeah.
Scott France then gave it to Lonnie Brown. My understanding is Lonnie figured out that he would have some difficulties taking it back into Canada.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
I think having to probably pay VAT tax. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But then he handed it off to Tania. And so Tania's going to fly this guy today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm all set. We troubleshooted a little issue and it's fixed. So I want to take this up on a test flight today. But I will be taking it out to the canyon to test out all the features, all the automated journey shots that you can get, which is. I'm really surprised. To me, this is equivocal to like a Mini 2, but it has
a ton of features.
A ton of features in it. So I really want to explore that and see how it works and see if it's a viable travel drone for people.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of the experience that day. That night, we went out to Mulligan's restaurant
in downtown Stewart.
Downtown Stewart. I would say that it was fun meeting everybody there. Our meal, not so much. There was quite a fair amount of discontent, not with the service, but the quality of food. And the location is awesome. But the quality of food was. I don't know if we go into this, but anyway, I had fish and chips that you could tell were fried with fried chicken because it smelled like fried chicken. I know
probably my fried chicken.
That's right. You had chicken strips. Yours wasn't bad, right? But no, what do you have?
Well, it wasn't bad. Well, it was fried chicken, and it came with a side of fries, and I asked for salad instead or a vegetable. And they're saying, well, you'd have to buy a full-size salad.
they
I was
would.
sort of, okay, I'll take the price.
So a typical kind of a
Yeah, kind of
touristy
see.
place, right?
Yeah,
I think,
but it was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, you know, it had good music, and there's a group of people outside, and I'm not sure what that was all about, but they were all in the dinosaur inflatable
they were all dressed
costumes.
in dinosaur costumes. Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, it was that kind of a place. It just, you know, it's a thing, you go roll with it. I will tell you the wine I had was good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But lots of the drone group came there,
Yeah.
and Billy
fun.
Kyle is also, as everybody knows, from Philadelphia, just like Tania. So they had a lot in common.
Oh, yeah, we had a
and
good
a lot to talk about. They talked about places to fly and
Oh, yeah.
in Philadelphia
Billy,
and so forth. And
I'm come back out to Philly.
yeah, and
Okay.
Billy invited me to come out and fly in Philadelphia too. So definitely, that's on a bucket list thing to do.
Oh, that'd be great. You know, we could go flying. We get a Little Pete's to eat. I mean, that is your
Boom.
typical greasy spoon diner food. That is, if you come to Philly, you must go to Little Pete's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the next day was the big day at Dolman Beach.
Yeah,
And
I
it
love
basically it's just we all converge there at different times, not at a set time,
Right.
and everybody just flies. And it was just a great bunch of fun. Again, you know, you're getting a chance to talk to people that you only know online, right?
Right.
And
And that's where Johnny was so helpful, because I'm not, again, this is high desert where we live.
Now, excuse me for a second. Which
Johnny-
Was it Johnny Alfonso, Johnny Drone Buyer?
Johnny Drone
or
Flyer.
Johnny. Yeah.
Johnny Drone
Drone
Flyer.
Flyer, okay.
He was really, really helpful with me getting my bearings of flying over an ocean. This is not something I've ever done with a drone. So he was kind of helping me out, giving me pointers of how to compose my shots and get stills and whatnot. He was really, really helpful with that. And that's something you need, because again, when I said I was stepping out of my envelope, I was stepping out of my envelope, flying over this type of water on the East Coast in a different environment.
Over the Atlantic.
Over the Atlantic.
Over the Atlantic Ocean.
Flying a drone, and it's unfamiliar, so it's really good to have some sort of support system if you can get it. And Johnny Drone Flyer was really sweet.
Johnny
Very
is
sweet.
an
Yeah.
awesome dude,
He is.
man.
It was great, and I got such great footage. And then that's where I learned I need to bring backup SD cards, backup media.
Oh, did you run out of space?
I ran out of space in the internal drive and my external drive.
Oh, goodness.
I had to land, and I was going
Oh, God,
through.
I wish you'd asked me, because I would have just loaned you a card.
I was kind of like,
yeah.
I call it robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was like deleting old videos I didn't need that was on the
Right.
SD card, and just to free up space so I could take the drone up again
That's-
and fly. Yeah, so again, these are some of the lessons that I've learned.
Hey,
That was good.
I want to back up a little bit, because
Yes.
one thing that I don't want to miss is Lauren teaching
Oh,
you how
yeah.
to hand launch and hand catch,
Yeah.
and then your flight under the bridge.
Right, so that all happened during the drone meetup, and again, this is one of the absolute perks of going to this. I've known I've known of him through Drone Seekers International and interacting during their shows and their chat, and I knew he was very knowledgeable, but he is such a personable
He's a teacher, isn't he?
teacher, really.
Yeah, he's good.
And if you know me, and I think Marcus can attest
Yeah.
to this, I have a tendency to forget my launch pad, which I had it with me. It just didn't bring it to the meetup. And so Lauren was really kind enough to show me how to hand launch the drone and hand catch the drone, instead of just trying to find, well, there was plenty of concrete I could have landed on, but I'm out where we fly, that may not be the case.
Right.
So it's an important skill to use. So he was really, really patient with me as I was trying to do something like this.
But you did it. You did it. And
I
then
did,
and
yeah.
then your other challenge that you wanted to do.
do.
So
Yeah.
this is later in the day. Tania and Ron and Tania expressed an interest in flying under the bridge, and so we found a spot that you
Yeah.
accomplished that.
Yeah, and Lauren was even helpful with tips on how to do that.
Right.
Yeah, so again, getting out of my comfort zone and trying these flights that I want to do, to gain experience, to learn how to fly these things safely, and to get great footage. And I was able to do that. I was able to fly safely under the bridge, take a look around, come back under the bridge, and have my drone attacked by a bird. But that's
And there's one more story we need to talk about.
Yes.
Then on Sunday evening, we went out to the Outback Steakhouse for dinner. I wanted my friends from the UK to get a good steak, so yeah, it turned out to be kind of okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as I've had at Outback before. In any case, neither here nor there. Afterwards, it was just about sunset, so we rushed. Our service was a little bit slow, and we were trying to get out of there so we could catch a sunset. And Lauren had identified a little park called Flagler Park that was in controlled airspace, but it would have been a good place right by the Bright Line railroad line, and a good place to capture the sunset. So we knew we could get Lance approval to fly there. Only 100 feet, but 100 feet was okay because we didn't. Yeah, we didn't need to go that high.
Yeah.
To accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. So we all get to this Flagler Park, and we go run out there, and we find a nice spot to launch and everything. We all get our Lance approval, got all that done, and Lank or Lance, however you want to pronounce it. But none of us could unlock our drones, and that was a new experience for me with DJI. There's a process that you go through in the fly app. You just step by step through it. It just didn't work, and it said you had to go to the Fly Safe web page. Well, none of us had ever done that before, and the sun was going down, so there was no, it was a timing issue. And I should also add, it was a spur of the moment thing. You could say we should have planned better. Well, this was a spur of the moment flight, so.
Oh, it totally was, and we tried it. So in my life, I've been definitely friend zoned, but this is the first time I've ever been
geozoned.
Geozoned.
But we did get some nice pictures with our cameras and with our phones, etc.
Oh, I have to tell you, I have a really funny picture of Marcus and I, and it's like right after we were like shut down by DJI, and we were trying to just
we were all mad.
Recover.
We were mad.
We're like standing there, and you could just tell we're just.
How mad were you, Tanya?
I was angry.
You were mad.
I was angry. So you couldn't hide it. We're just like taking this picture, and you could just see the disappointment. DJI.
Tanya's heard me cuss a few times. That was the first time I've ever heard Tanya cuss.
I did.
But
I don't.
But neither here nor there. It was frustrating. So there's more to the story that you don't know. So the next day, so the next day was Monday. I headed back to Orlando. I had some Disney timeshare points to use up, but Lauren and Lonnie and Ron and I'm not sure if Mike Wright was with them, but definitely Ron and Steve Gardner and Terry Hawes went back out to that same park. I think Mike Wright was, I don't know. Anyway, Lauren figured out how to go to the Fly Safe webpage and get it unlocked. But it takes some time, right? And there's things you have to enter in there. I've never done it. I'm gonna try that one of these days. Yeah. But they were able to get their drones unlocked, and they were able to fly at that Flagler Park. Now, of course, it wasn't sundown like we wanted to get the sunset the night before, but they got some really cool pictures of the Bright Line train going by and so forth.
Oh.
So.
Well, okay. So at least someone salvaged something out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, that's one of the things. If you go to this event, it's always good to have kind of an idea of I call them my bucket list video and photos, and sort of kind of build your visit around that if you can.
Yeah, there's things that you run into at the time. Well, yeah, you were with us when we got kicked out of that one. We were going to fly at the Juno Beach Pier. Oh, no, you weren't with us that day. So we were going to fly at the Juno Beach Pier. Evidently, it's a county that doesn't allow drone takeoffs, and really nice guy. He was a park ranger. He said, "No, you can't do it." And I think if we had obviously found a different location to take off at, we would have been fine. But at that park, they don't want you taking it. And it was on the beach. Anyway, regardless, it was a rule, so we absolutely complied. But anyway, let's wrap this up, Tanya.
Yeah, this was really great.
Give me your final thoughts. What did you think of the whole thing?
In summary, it was good. It was good conversation, good company, good food, and great flying. I mean, you have it all right there. I loved it. If you're new, I'd highly suggest joining this group next year. It's going to be their 5th year, so it might be a little bit special. Woohoo.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. The 5th annual.
I would definitely go back. This is definitely a repeater.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, for me too. I ended up staying an extra day in Florida. My flight got canceled, so I had to spend an extra night. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But the South Florida Drone Meetup, for anybody, if you get a chance to attend, I recommend it. Ray Kelly has a South Florida Drone Meetup Facebook page.
Oh yeah, he does.
Search it out on Facebook. You'll find it. If you want to attend next year, just message Ray Kelly there, and he'll put you on the list, and I promise you'll have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter Channel and
Tania Gail from Tania Gail Adventures.
So yeah, we appreciate you taking the time to take a look at this video, and yeah, so we absolutely will see you on the next one. Bye now.
Happy flying.